Hey guys, Hammy here. Just turns out I've made a huge mistake. I opened up four different troves and I had everything recorded and everything got lost. So all four videos are deleted. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys it. And to make up for that, I went out and I bought myself two more troves as well as two booster boxes. So over the next couple parts, we'll be opening those up. I think I'm going to split the booster boxes up into two different parts each because it's 24 packs. It's a lot of packs to get through. Keep the videos, pretty concise. But yeah, it really sucks. I lost four whole videos, four whole parts. Um, I'm pretty beat up over it, but I pulled some pretty good things. So I thought we could go through here and, kind of look at what we pulled in all of them because there was some heat that was pulled. So we'll see where we're at. I'll go through, part by part so we can look at the progression for the sets in the master set. So, and I also wanted to note that I've stopped putting in the duplicates just temporarily. It's just a ton of cards to go through, and I wanted to save some time. So once we hit part 10, though, I will have everything in there. We'll kind of see what the set is worth with all of the cards we have, including duplicates and everything. So let's get started looking through, part, in quotation marks, part 5. All right, so after part 5, we're looking at 77.3% of the base set, which is we're up about 6 cards. So opened 8 packs, only went up 6 cards. Not much, but it is something. And the big thing to note here is that we've actually completed all of the uncommons and commons. So we have all of those. So let's take a look at holos. All right, so now on the holo side of things, we're looking at 17.3%. So we actually increased by 8. So we didn't see a single duplicate in this trove, which is, as we mentioned before, huge to not see that. Um, this pack, this trove didn't have much in it though. I'll kind of highlight the legendary we got in it, but it wasn't much. Alright, as you can see, we pulled the Hades double dealer, and it has here's the trade-off. Exert, banish one of your other characters. Play a character with the same name as the banished character for free. So this trove wasn't very good. I mean, this is a duplicate Hades. We've got this as a foil already as well, so not much. Now the next trove is where things really started to heat up. All right, so in part 6, we're at almost 81%. We increased by 8 cards, which is better than last time. So it's already a big up from the previous trove. Um, we had some good cards here, and we'll kind of go over them after we go through the holos, but let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so on the holo side of things, we're at 20%. We increased by 7, so we did see another duplicate here. Which we've only seen, what is that, 2 duplicates now? So things are looking pretty good on the master set side of things, but let's take a look at what we pulled here. So we actually pulled 2 legendaries in this trove. The first one we have is Donald Duck Buccaneer. Boarding Party. During your turn, whenever this character banishes a character in a challenge, your other characters get +1 lore this turn. So this was pretty big because it's a new legendary. We haven't seen this one before. This isn't where the heat is. We'll check what that next card is. Alright, so the big pull of the trove is the Diablo legendary. Diablo Devoted Herald. It has the shift ability if you discard an action card, and then it's evasive, and then it has circling far and wide during each opponent's turn. Whenever they draw a card while this character is exerted, you may draw a card. So it is another way to draw cards with Emerald. Right now, this is currently the most valuable legendary in this chapter. Um, yeah, and I was very much hoping to get it. I'd been using it a lot on Pixelborn and was hoping to have it so I could play it in person as well. But believe it or not, that is not the best thing we pulled out of these four troves. Let's check out what happened in part 7. Alright, so after part 7, we're looking at 82.7%. So we increased 2% more. We only went up 4 cards, but we're slowly creeping towards having the complete base set. So yeah, it's like a couple more boxes, I think, but we're slowly getting there. Let's take a look at the foils. All right, so we're looking at the foils now. We can see we're at 23.1%. We increased 8 cards, or my bad, 6 cards. So not quite every single pack, but close. Now I don't know if you notice or realize, but if you take a look at the owned value, it is much higher than it previously was. So let's take a look at why that might be. So this trove actually was pretty good. We got 2 legendaries or betters in this, and of course we got another Yensid. So we are looking at a full play set of him now. So I'm getting sick and tired of uh, getting him from these packs, and I'm crossing my fingers we don't end up with any more. But let's take a look at what the next card is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we actually got our first enchanted card. We pulled the Enchanted Jasmine, Desert Warrior. This was huge. This is the first enchanted I've ever had. I was so happy that it was a character and it wasn't a land or a location. Um, it's one of the lower valued ones, but it's still cool nonetheless. And I mean, look at the ability. Cunning Maneuver. When you play this character, whenever she's challenged, each opponent chooses and discards a card. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be playing this, but it's a very cool looking card. It looks much better in person than it does in this picture. Um, yeah, I was very excited to get this. That's huge for the set. 'Cause, these are high value cards. Yeah, this was a dream pull for me, and I'm crossing my fingers for my favorite card, though. My favorite card is that Enchanted Piglet. I don't know what it is about that little wooden sword, that little pig with that little wooden sword, but I love it, and I'm hoping to draw that next. But let's take a look at what happened in part 8. So taking a look at part 8, this was our final trove. Um, we only increased our base set by 2 cards, so this wasn't really a huge trove. Very hard to top the last one with the Enchanted. I was definitely hoping though that I would, but we're just looking at the 2 card increase, so it was almost a dud, not quite, because at least we got 2 additional ones. It would have really stunk if we didn't get any additional at all, but I think this one mainly helped the foils though, so let's check out how our master set's going. Here in our master set, we were actually able to add 5 foils to the collection, so that's pretty big. Over half of the packs were useful in this case. Didn't pull anything crazy. We'll take a look at what we pulled though. Our legendary in this trove was the Queen Diviner. Exerted, consult the spellbook. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal an item card and put it into your hand. If that item costs 3 or less, you may play it for free instead, and it enters play exerted. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's a pretty useful card. Added it to the base set, because I don't believe we had this yet. But yeah, so that was all. That's a kind of a review of everything that was lost. But I wanted to keep myself accountable and let everybody know, what's happening, so that, you don't look at part 6 and you're like, whoa, where'd that enchanted come from? Well, this is where it actually came in the 7th trove we opened, but this is all going to be consolidated into part 5. So moving forward, our next opening will be part 6, and I'm still deciding on if that's going to be a trove or if I'll crack open one of those booster boxes. But that'll be all for this one, and I'll catch you guys in part 6.